Hi everyone and welcome. If you're new here, I am Chaitanya. You're watching Chai with Chaitanya. This is a place where I talk about books, movies, and fandom. Today I'm here to talk about all the incredible books that I received for my birthday, which was on the 2nd of March. So I'm gonna go right into this video and talk about all the incredible books. So before that, if you guys can hit subscribe, then it is amazing. So let's just get right into it. First up, the book that I got was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Morin. This book came in almost 20 days before my birthday even turned up. So I had heard about Serpent and Dove for quite a while now, ever since I started Bookstagramming, which was last year in July. And I knew for a fact that this is a story about a witch and a witch hunter, and that there is an enemies to lovers which happens between them, and that it's very dark, it's very grim, it's very whimsical, that it has a great romance. A lot of people even compared it to books like ACOTAR, or called it that it's good for fans of Lee Bardugo, which is the writer of Six of Crows and the Shadow and Bone trilogy. A lot of people told me a lot of good stuff. I'd never really come across negative reviews for this book, to be very honest, which is why I was very excited and keen to pick this up. Next up, I got Princess Gambit by C.S. Packard. This is the second book in the Captive Prince trilogy, and I have a detailed video talking about the first book. I will leave it up on the screen as well as down in the description box, so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you haven't. For those of you who do not know, this is a very polarizing read, and most people tend to either love it or hate it. I have said it repeatedly on my channel that I have been on the side which tends to love this book for what it is, for the kind of character that it builds. It's very different from whatever I have read in almost all my life, so I'm very excited and very keen to read this. And this came in from my friend Vidhi, so I am extremely grateful for this book. The three books that I received from Bookish Bell 1008, Vaishnavi, who's a very dear and a close friend of mine from Australia. You can find her down in the description box below. Her Instagram is linked as usual. And the first book that she sent me was actually from my book wish list, and this is All My Friends Are Rich by Michael Saharis. Now this book follows Leo, who's an orphan, and he has bipolar depression. Like he has bipolar personality disorder along with depression, and he's married, but somehow because of this depression and because of his regular mood swings, I think he ends up losing that marriage and he's sort of lost. And once his friend Sarah, I think it's Sarah asks him to be his best man at her wedding, and this guy is confused as to how can he afford such festivities when he's not been working, when he's completely ruined his life because of his depression and because of his bipolar disorder. So he decides to go on Grinder, and he finds out a shortcut to success as to earn money. And while he is earning money and he's trying to pay his bills, he gets caught up in that. And he has to make a decision for himself as to how to come out of it, and whether he can truly come out of it or not. I think that is what I know from the gist of the story. I have read great reviews for this book. I haven't really gotten ahead and read in details as to what and what the story is about, apart from the basic structure which is given at the back of the book, because I really want to go into this without knowing a lot of stuff, because as you can see, this is a fairly short novel, so I was expecting it to be like a surprising read. Next up, I have Running with the Lions, or Running with Lions by Julian Winters. Now this is again a book that was on my book wish list since I have started Bookstagramming. And first of all, can we take a moment just to appreciate the cover of this book? Like, look at the cover. It is absolutely wholesome. The color, the texture, every single person on this cover looks amazing. Now, getting into this book, from what I know, this is based around football, soccer, and this also follows this person called Sebastian and his best friend. He had a best friend called Emil Shah, who later ends up probably being one of his, like, something happened between them probably in their childhood. Amir sort of had moved out, and then he sort of makes a return in this book, like in the present day. And Sebastian is very confused because they are at odds at one another. So it is a best friend turned into enemies, then probably into lovers, because this is a best friend. This is an enemies to lovers trope in here, and also for the fact that the football team that they have is very inclusive. That they all are probably from different colors, from different races, ethnicity, as well as different sexualities. So this is a book which is very diverse as in general, and also it is an own voices story because Julian Winters is also of the black community. So this has been a book that I really wanted to look forward to read because of the fact of the representation that is done in here. I have most likely, which I have no clue in the world what this is about, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly read what's given at the back. So, four best friends facing their biggest fears about growing up and growing apart. One is destined to become the first female president of the United States, but who will it be? Is it Ava, the picture perfect artist who's secretly struggling to figure out where she belongs? Or could it be CJ, who seems to be winning at life but is actually failing her exams? Maybe Jordan, the wannabe journalist who is planning a future in the fast lane. And lastly, there is Martha, who has many obstacles standing in way of her success. An empowering story of friendship, first love, and following your dreams. And from what I feel, this book is obviously going to be about women friendship and women empowerment and women fighting and coming victorious, which is exactly the kind of book we need in this world and the kind of stories that I absolutely love reading about. I got another stack of 3 books from my friend, and this consists of An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Please forgive me for that. One Day in December by Josie Silver, and To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christio. Sorry again for the pronunciation of all these authors' names. I'm very bad with names, I've realized. So let's talk about To Kill a Kingdom first. And in fact, all these 3 books that you see have been on my book wish list again, and Vidhi knew about it and she just went ahead and picked up the ones that she liked from my book wish list and just sent me all these 3. So first of all, I'm going to talk about To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christio. So from what I know, this is an enemies to lovers. This is like a Little Mermaid retelling. A sticker on it says perfect for the fans of Leigh Bardugo and Sarah J Maas. I'm not a fan of Leigh Bardugo. I'm definitely not exactly a fan of Sarah J Maas, but I do enjoy reading her books because I do like her characters, even though they are quite flawed and quite problematic. All my reviews are down below if you're interested in them. So To Kill a Kingdom, again, it follows Princess Lyra, who's a siren and royalty revered across the sea until she's cursed into humanity by a ruthless sea queen. Now Lyra must deliver the heart of the infamous siren killer or remain a human forever. Princess Elian is heir to the most powerful kingdom in the world and captain to the deadly crew of siren hunters. When he rescues a drowning woman from the ocean, she promises to help him destroy the siren kind for the good. But he has no way of knowing whether he can trust her. So this definitely sounds like the perfect Little Mermaid retelling, and I have never actually read a Little Mermaid retelling. To be very honest, even though I've read Little Mermaid quite a few times, I have watched Little Mermaid movies quite a few times, and I do enjoy Little Mermaid as a fairy tale, even when I was a kid and even till date. So I'm very excited, and the reason I'm reading blurbs from the back of the book today because I'm not sure, and this is such a confusing storyline that I wouldn't really would have been able to do justice if I would have tried to put it out to you in my own way. Next up, I have One Day in December by Josie Silver, another book that I have heard incredible things about. I've heard that it's a book which is very swoon-worthy. I've heard that it's a book which gives you the right feels. It's very romantic, it's very adorable, it's heartbreakingly beautiful, heartwarming, and it's all those just good things in the world. So this definitely feels like a proper Netflix rom-com. I'm not sure if Netflix has already went ahead and produced this because I know for a fact that this book has been around in the community and into this world for a really long time, and that it's a very well received, very well reviewed book by now. So I'm not one of the first people talking about it, but I'm just glad that I've discovered it. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up this book before December because I usually read such kind of books in that time, even though I've heard from my friend who has read this book that you do not really need to read it in December to be able to feel the magic and all that this book has to offer. But then yes, if you read it in December, it just adds to the whole experience of reading that book. Next up, I have An Enchantment of Ravens. Now, this is a book that I finished reading just right now before I started shooting this video. And after I end shooting this video, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a book review for this book, because this is an amazingly, incredibly, whatever words, adjective that describes nice, amazing, beautiful, the best can be used for this book at this point of time, because this is my new all-time favorite book. I loved this book so much. It was the most unexpected read. I definitely knew before I went into this that this is something that I had great chances to like, but little did I know that I am going to love this book so much and that it would win my heart in every possible way that is possible. It is a book that deals with Fae, but unlike Sarah J. Maas or Holly Black or Cassandra Clare, the Faes in this world are very different. And I do not want to give out a lot in this video because this is not a review and I would want you guys to wait for the review to come out, but I will tell you that this book follows Isobel, who is our main protagonist. She's a human, she's an artist, and she paints and she has customers and clients who are Fae. One day something happens and she is held captive by the Autumn Prince Rook, and once she enters the Fae lands, she just goes on an adventure, and there is an enemies to lovers happening between Isobel and Rook, and we just go from there. So without spoiling it and without saying a lot in this particular video, I would tell you that this book is perfect for those of you who are looking for something which is different from Sarah J. Maas, and yet it is similar in a way, because you get to see the courts, you get to see the Fae, you get to see a world which is very rich, very fascinating, and in fact in a lot of ways better than Sarah J. Maas. Finally, I would be talking about the only book that I got for myself for this birthday, and that is Bonds of Brass, which is the first book in the Blood Right trilogy by Emily Strutsky, sorry for the pronunciation. Now this is a fantasy slash science fiction novel, and in here we follow Etienne, again not sure of the pronunciation, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and call him Etienne, and Gal. Now Etienne's life has been destroyed by the Umber Empire, and he has spent a lot of time pulling himself back together. He is the best pilot in his class, and as you can already understand, this book is set in the space as far as from what I can understand. So when they say pilot, it literally means some sort of spaceship or some sort of spacecraft or some sort of something which has to do with space. And he has his best friend slash roommate, which is Gal, and when there is an assassination plot for Gal, he gets to know that Gal is the heir to the Umber Empire, the very empire which killed his parents and destroyed his life probably. So he goes ahead and decides to save his best friend, and he flees from there. But once he does, he's left with choices as to where does he go from here. Does he protect the man whose parents were basically responsible for destroying his life and for ending up becoming who he is, or does he just protect him for the man that he is, and together reclaim what is theirs, that is go back and reclaim the whole world from from all those who are wrong and all those who wish evil on them. So this is definitely best friends to enemies to some sort of lovers. I mean, I'm saying enemies because once Etienne and Gal get to know about each other, when the truth comes out, there would definitely be that point, that weird point where they do not know where to go forward. So I'm not sure if the author wants to bring the whole enemy dynamic in this book or not, but I'm really expecting that she does. This is otherwise it feels like a very short and a very quick read. It's somewhere around, if I'm not wrong, 300 pages, almost 300. Yeah, it's exactly 300 pages. And the second and the third book aren't out, even though this already contains the features an expert from the Oaths of Legacy, which is the second book in this trilogy. So I am really excited. I've heard only great things about this book, and which is why I went ahead and picked it up. Also, the cover looks very Star Wars style, even though I have not watched Star Wars. I have no clue what Star Wars is, but it just feels and gives me that Star Wars vibe. So I'll just go ahead and pick this book up very soon and come back with a review, because I think that not many people have actually reviewed it, at least not in India. So I'm very excited to read this one. That, I think, it brings me to the end of the video. So this is the stack of books which I received from my birthday, and I'm so grateful for each of your wishes that came in. I am extremely honored, I'm extremely grateful, I'm extremely happy.